What's good, gang? Welcome back to the channel. Let's just get into this reading, guys, because I don't know what's going to come out, but we want them juicy messages always. So let's get into it, guys. I'm so sorry. My voice has been so, weird lately. So ignore that. Excuse that. All right. So, right off the bat, I was shuffling this deck. It says, "This is practice." And I was getting that I feel like this is maybe a continuation from that read about takers. That was like the round table kind of read or whatever. So I'm getting that something that you're doing right now is practice. I feel like you're being tested. I'm talking to someone who may be being tested right now for whatever reason. I feel like the way, okay, say for instance, like you guys know when you get a new job, and sometimes a job will have like a 30-day observational period or something where basically they're just like watching you to see how you get along with everybody, like how you do and stuff like that. That's what I'm getting here. I feel like, but this test is like coming from like the Most High, I think. Let me get some more cards out. I'm gonna get some more cards out and then we're gonna like expand upon this idea. I'm gonna get 4 cards because I just feel like 4 is like a good number for this. Okay. At the top of the deck, we got Upward Spiral, which is like Ascension, which is a very good thing for whoever I'm reading. You know, for whoever this reading is for. So, in the order I received them, I got Trauma Bond after This is Practice. Then I got Please, I Need to Have You, and Star Behavior. So we're gonna dig deep. We're gonna dig in it. Let's get into it. And I was called to like use my first ever tarot deck that is all mine. My first. I cut to the 3 of Cups, which is super interesting as well. Because in that round table reading, I'm pretty sure the 3 of Cups was the very first reading that came out. So that was like confirmation for sure. Knock some life into these cards, mix them up real good. I have not used these cards in a very long time. We just got the Sun at the bottom of the deck, 2, 3, 4 on the timing, so we're definitely headed in the right direction. Something is being made like really clear. Either someone is like very happy or ecstatic with the way something is going, or something is literally just being like made clear. You can see it in like it's the bright of day, right? There's a lot of fire energy so far in this reading as well. Shuffled up and it still has the Sun at the bottom, so I love that. All right, so what's practice for the collective, Holy Spirit? What's practice? I feel like I just heard somebody's practicing being happy. They're practicing doing more like joyful things in life, I guess. This could be somebody who's used to kind of like doing like, I just heard low life activities. So somebody could be practicing kind of like living a more peaceful existence, which is good. We got the High Priestess card coming out first, which is interesting. This could be a feminine energy of a person that I'm speaking to, or something about this feminine energy is coming out. The High Priestess is obviously a major arcana card representing somebody who has like, it's this card specifically definitely gives me the energy of somebody. It kind of matches my shirt, which is nice. But it definitely gives me the energy of someone who is mastering this realm, like mastering this physical realm. And for some reason, it's giving me like throat chakra, heart chakra, probably because of the shirt, just the vibes, like, all the cool watercolors, right? But it's giving me like somebody has learned how to master this world, this realm. Some people, I think, confuse that for being just like domineering and rigid because all of these like Saturn, like, influences about time and this being like a soul trap. So this is like, pretty Saturn energy that's coming out, except it's like this person is like pissing on Saturn, right? So this is a person who's like, yeah, I mastered time. I mastered this realm, but I did it in love. I did it through communication. I was basically able to be my true self and still be protected. Basically come out unscathed because this realm, like if you guys get caught like lacking, which is like experiencing emotions and being vulnerable, being open, being communicative, some people shy away from that because sometimes you just kind of get targeted by like darkness. This is for somebody for sure. I'm just channeling, but it reminds me of on The Matrix when anytime they were doing something like matrixy, they were always getting like attacked by the agents, right? Agent Smith was always like on their ass. So somebody definitely has like mastered the realm. So I feel like maybe I'm addressing someone at this moment who's like practicing inter- interacting with people who've also mastered the realm, but like did it in a much more harsh way or something. I don't know. Anything else about this practice energy, this high priestess energy? Wow. We got another card coming out representing like mastery and just magic. And I just 555 on the time. The colors, I can't help but to notice how they match. But the difference here is there's a lot more confidence here. So I feel like somebody is learning how to master this realm and apply their magic, apply their, whatever manipulations they have to the realm, but they're doing so with so much confidence and so much guidance from like the higher realms. Let me see what else we need to get from this. We got Four of Wands. So somebody's reached a place of completion for sure. So congratulations. I'm speaking to somebody who is basically in the field, like not even in the field, like they're a coach in the field, running the players. That's what I'm getting here. Somebody's a coach for sure. Somebody running plays. Somebody is the play. Somebody's not running plays, they are the play. Okay? And I just feel like that's it for that point. But what's trauma bond? What's trauma bond? Holy Spirit, holy angels, ancestors, guides. What's trauma bond? Sometimes these cards can feel a little like dark or heavy, but now they feel just so light and like full of truth. Like my truth seeking deck. Okay, so we got the Ten of Wands. Someone, in that round table reading when I said there's like multiple people involved, this is what I'm picking up. The person I think that was added to the group who was like on some genius, like got all these ideas kind of vibe, that person I think is getting represented by the Magus and the High Priestess. And someone else in this whole ordeal is being portrayed in this more fiery, kind of like burnt out energy. This Ten of Wands is my burnt out card. It's my burnout card. Somebody is burnt out because they're trauma bonding. Somebody's feeling like tired and like lethargic, and at the end of the day they just don't have energy to do anything but drop dead. And it's not because they are working hard or maybe working hard on shadow work. I don't know. It's not that they're doing something productive. They're more so just like, I don't know why I'm hearing hoeing around in the realm or like sledding around in the realm. So it's like this person may have the criteria to be a master, but I'm getting somebody who's just kind of like sledding off their gifts to the realm. And I've been there. I feel like last year was like my last like time around the wheel where I was going through stuff like that. But things along the line of like, you're so powerful, you're so gifted and all this stuff. And it's not that you don't care about yourself or necessarily don't know your own worth, or maybe you don't, but it's more so one of those things where it's like, you basically have to get tired of the bullshit. You have to get tired of yourself. You have to get tired of the bullshit. You have to get tired of seeing the same shit, doing the same shit, hanging around the same people, doing the same shit. So I'm getting that there could be a trauma bond here, of course, and burnout from being oppressed from it. There's a Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this could be, y'all, this is tea. This is tea. Y'all know how somebody else was getting like moved from the group and someone else was being added to the group. I think that I forgot what happened in Takers. I gotta watch it again. But I feel like somebody's like getting caught up with the T.I. like character, but it's giving a female. It's like the masterminds of the group. One is like ready to be a mastermind, and the other one is just like, yeah, we'll get started when I'm ready. I'm about to go, be slutty in the realm. Like I'm gonna go F some guys or some girls. I'm gonna go have some drinks. I'm gonna go do some crazy shit. Like, they're not really. They're just I'm just picking up on somebody who's just kind of like drowning their sorrows is the phrase I just picked up. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That was very helpful. Drowning their sorrows. Anything else about this? About that trauma bonding situation? I just heard self depreciating, so somebody could just be kind of wasting. Damn. Y'all know what I just got from this? We got the Queen of Pentacles and the Lust card. They were coming out in the upright, but they flipped in reverse and fell onto the floor. So I feel as though this could be two different things I'm getting right now. There could be somebody who's like, again, with that fake kind of energy, there's somebody who's like wearing the garb or the guise of the rich woman, okay, with this lust for life. Like, oh, this rich woman, I gotta cover her up because she's a little naked. But like, oh, this rich woman who has a lust for life, and she's gonna take that flame and ignite the world. She's gonna make her mark on this world. There's a real person like that in this whole ordeal, but that person is getting thwarted out the way to make room for this woman who wears the garb, and her energy, her drive, her excitement makes you think she's going to go ignite the world, but all she's going to go do is drown her sorrows too. All she's going to go do is, so this is basically like a masterful male or masterful masculine, who is like wasting their gifts, talent, time with someone who they're basically casting their pearls before swine. They're seeding their seed in dead soil, in barren land with no prospects. And they're just kind of wasting their gifts and their time. Why is that getting thwarted out the way like that? Like, why is that happening like that? I feel like somebody just needs to do this, honestly, just so they can get tired of it, I guess. I don't know. This was peeking out the deck, but it didn't come out. I feel like this is somebody's karma with the Five of Cups and the Tower card. I feel like it's somebody's karma to be disappointed and to lose it all. This is somebody I'm picking up who was already kind of in maybe a negative space or just in a vulnerable spiritual space. And they just let the kind of realm, the world, the energy of this realm, like kind of take them for a ride. If that makes sense. I feel like they needed to crash out or something. Yeah, with the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I feel like they know that something's going to come out of this crash out of this like messy emotional display. They don't know what that is or what that's going to look like, but somebody definitely needed to crash out. What is this? Please, I need to have you now. That's kind of a weird energy. I feel like somebody lost access lost some access to this genius character who is like, shit, if this person was going to the casino, like literally the Queen of Wands came out. This is a real Queen of Wands. Like somebody who's not wasting their gifts, talents, sexiness, energy on anything. I feel like, please, I need to have you could also apply to this pretend feminine character. I feel like somebody just needed to have that lust be fulfilled. We got the Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like two people are kind of like just on the same journey or like on the same type of time or some shit. Like what? Can we elaborate on this Queen of Wands energy on this, please? I need to have you, Holy Spirit. 13 minutes. Okay, we got the Six of Swords. I be forgetting what some of the cards mean when I haven't used a certain... Got it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So this card, I believe, is that one where it's pretty much, like, let me get the helper out. I haven't pulled out this deck in so long. Oh my gosh. Just to be sure. Cut right to it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So this card, the Six of Swords on top of the Queen of Wands. This is about somebody who's in transition. They're ready to leave things behind that aren't serving them. People that are ready to move on. Trial and error. This is somebody who's been there, done that. They've had their experiences. They've done, they've crashed out. They've seen, I'm hearing done it all. So somebody has like done the crashing out. They've done all the crashing out I think they want to do. So I feel like somebody's like, please, I need to have you. But this person's like, after you like wash off and like spray a little bug spray. I'm seeing that meme where Kris Jenner is like, tss, tss, just a little, tss, like, ooh, you kind of funky. Tss, ooh, like spray yourself down, clean yourself up, then maybe we can get on some star shit together. And I only say that because the star behavior comes right after that. So what's going on? Literally Three of Swords. Somebody's heartbroken. I feel like somebody took a chance breaking somebody's heart because they needed to crash out. This person could not find a healthy way to crash out. This person needed a safe place to land. They felt like the safest place to land was amongst the devils that they know. There was a beetle that came in my window the other day. It's been coming to my window every day. It came and landed in like a bunch of spider webs and spiders, and I had to help it like out. I had to be the one to help it though. Like it was so confused about getting itself out, so I had to like move the window shades to help it get out. But it got out, and that's just what I'm getting. It's like this person didn't know any other ways. Like for me personally, when I felt that way, how can I explain it? When I was starting to get tired of that, like of the crash out and of the low life activity in my life, a couple things I used to do that was so funny to me. But one, I used to like, when I was craving to just like have a drink and be on the town and just have one of those nights, I would just like go get a drink, and then I would like walk by myself at night, headphones on. Nobody want to mess with me, so it don't matter if I'm being testy with the headphones on or not. Nobody want to bother me because I got the thing on me, one. Two, I'm not in the mood to be bothered. So I was kind of like in my villain era. Like if you mess with me, I'll probably beat you on some Christian Bates in American Psycho type shit. Just to get it all, out of me. Even though I didn't have to do that. Obviously, I'm a girl, thank God. Like they saw me mobbing, so they would leave me alone. But anyways, I would do that to avoid trouble, to avoid falling into any karmic cycles. Or I would just like do the same thing, go get a drink, come back to the house, put on music, just basically crash out in the house, force myself to go to sleep, stuff like that. But this person is not doing that. They're like, I don't care if I risk losing my abundance, whatever abundance and healing this person had. I don't think they were minding like losing it or something. Yeah, we got the Ace of Cups. I feel like after they've crashed out, it's like they've had this pre-nut clarity almost, where they're like, God damn it. It's like having a deal. It's like being a designer and getting signed to Vogue. In the morning you had to be up for Vogue. You were so nervous that you went partying the night before and you woke up late. And you could easily lose this job. Easily lose that opportunity. The kind of opportunity you lose, and then years later you're just like still kicking yourself in the ass about it. But there's something here that's developing. There's movement and there's developments, but it's messy and it's abrupt. So this is obviously way too many cards. A lot of emotions are going to get expressed or something. I don't know. Can we just get an enough to this one? Holy Spirit, this is getting really long. Can we get an enough to this? Okay, so we got the universe. I feel like somebody is just going to do everything they can to like jump on that ship. But there's going to be some conflict. I don't think it's going to be as easy as this person thought. I feel like this person is used to like getting on and off the mothership and like playing with God, like playing with God's blessings. Like God's like, okay, hop on, hurry up. And this person's like, all right. Then they hop off for a second. And they got, it's giving like you're doing too much, And I think this person doesn't expect to have conflict in this place. But the Wheel of Fortune being behind conflict lets me know. Let me look at the cards behind that. So conflict, fortune, and then interference. So I feel like although there could be something fortunate that happens, you're not going to be as off. Basically, it's going to still feel like a L. Like, okay, great. Because look how that goes. Like, it's like problem solved, but then hell before happy. So what I'm getting with this, and I'm going to close the read after this, and I'm not going to get any like oracle or anything because this is super self-explanatory. It's almost 20 minutes, and I didn't mean for it to be that long at all. But what I'm getting is like, we're going to go back to the Vogue example, right? Say, for instance, the leader at Vogue was looking at you like this person has such raw talent. They were thinking of giving you the role that would replace Anna Wintour, right? Because Anna Wintour is about to retire. And you didn't know that, but they were going to tell you the morning you came on time or early or whatever. But because you came minutes late, not prepared, clearly, and you weren't honest, like it's like coming and showing up and just like, oh, I didn't feel good last night, I was so sick. But like one of the interns saw you at the bar getting shit faced last night. So it's like they tell them like, I'm so sorry, but they didn't tell the truth. And they looking at you like, damn, you're so talented and you're meant for this role, but you're not ready for this position we have for you. One, it's not even because you showed up late. Like that's the job. We get fucked up here. We get shit faced. That's what we do. Okay? But you lied. You lied, and that's the problem. The character, the integrity, the principle is that you lied. All you had to do is say, I celebrated last night. I'm not gonna lie, I got fucked up. I've been going through a lot. I had to just let it out. And instead of being transparent, everyone would have probably went out with you. Then, you probably would have been rubbing elbows with all kind of execs and celebs later that night. But instead, because they're not considering you anymore because you lied and you're late, it's like not only are you not being considered for the job anymore, you still got the job at the company, but you're not being considered for like a top position, and you're getting looked at like the help. Like, instead of, not only are we not going to have this person in a lead role, they're just going to go get the donuts and they're going to go get the coffee until they learn how to be honest with the people with off their self to work with. Okay. So that's what I have for this first reading. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. And don't forget to like it if you want to see my face.